Okay, so get this right. Today, we're diving into ginger.
Oh, ginger.
We've got all this research, right? Like from 12 different scientists about all the stuff it can do for you health-wise.
Really?
And some of it is pretty wild. Like, you wouldn't believe what this little spice can do. We're talking nausea, maybe weight loss, blood sugar, even joint pain.
Mm-hmm. That is fascinating.
Yeah.
It's been used for like centuries in different cultures medicinally.
Right.
But now science is actually starting to back that up, figure out why.
Yeah. So to get us started, let's talk about this whole antioxidant thing.
Okay.
Like, I hear it everywhere, but what does it actually mean, like, in our bodies when we eat something like ginger?
Well, think of it this way. Free radicals, right? They're these like unstable molecules, and they can really mess up your cells. They cause damage. It contributes to aging and even, some diseases.
Oh, wow.
So antioxidants, they're like the bodyguards. They neutralize those free radicals and they protect your cells, right? And ginger, packed with antioxidants, especially these two compounds, gingerol and shogaol. Like, they're the heavy hitters.
Okay, so it's gingerol and shogaol that are like the dynamic duo behind ginger's powers.
Exactly.
Okay, so does that have anything to do with ginger's like reputation for fighting inflammation?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Gingerol and shogaol, that's where ginger gets its anti-inflammatory effects.
Okay.
Which is huge, right?
Yeah.
Because that helps reduce chronic inflammation in the body. And we know chronic inflammation. That's linked to like a ton of problems, from heart disease to some cancers.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's pretty powerful for something you just like find in your spice rack,
I know, right?
Okay, let's talk about nausea.
Yeah.
Probably ginger's most famous like claim to fame.
Yeah.
How effective is it, really? Is it just for morning sickness or what?
It's really effective. It's been used for centuries, like we said, for all kinds of nausea. So morning sickness,
Right.
motion sickness, even the nausea that you get from chemo. And the great thing is it's natural, right? So it's an alternative to medication, which is a big deal for a lot of people.
Right.
Especially like if you're pregnant or undergoing other treatments.
Right. I bet a lot of people listening are thinking, okay, but how much ginger can I actually have? Especially, if they are expecting.
Right. That's a great question. So for pregnant women, about 1 gram of ginger per day.
Okay.
That's considered safe and effective for morning sickness. But, always check with your doctor first.
Yeah, for sure. Good advice.
Yeah.
Speaking of feeling good, let's talk about weight management.
Okay.
A lot of people are curious about ginger's potential for weight loss. Is there any truth to that?
There might be. Some studies are suggesting that ginger could actually help with weight management.
Okay.
It seems to work in a couple ways. So first, it might potentially boost your metabolism.
Okay.
So your body's burning more calories even when you're just resting.
I like the sound of that.
And second, it might reduce appetite.
No.
So you just naturally eat less. And that means you're taking in fewer calories overall.
Okay, that sounds promising. So what kind of research are we talking about? Like, are we talking like actually losing weight, or is it more like, a small impact?
So there was this review in 2019 of a bunch of studies, and they found that ginger did help people who were obese reduce their waist size and their weight.
Wow, that's impressive.
But it's not a magic bullet, right?
Right.
It's more like one piece of the puzzle.
Right, a healthy diet and exercise, all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Okay, this next one is for all the people with achy joints out there.
Okay.
Ginger's being called a superhero for bone and joint health.
Oh, wow.
Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, there is. It goes back to those anti-inflammatory properties, right?
Yeah.
So powerful. And they're especially good for conditions like osteoarthritis.
Oh.
So ginger can actually help reduce pain and stiffness in your joints, which means you can move around more easily.
So do you have to eat like a ton of ginger to see those kinds of benefits?
Not at all. Studies show that even just 1 gram a day, which really isn't much,
Okay.
for 3 to 12 weeks, can significantly reduce knee pain and improve mobility in people with osteoarthritis.
That's incredible. It really is like nature's pain reliever.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about blood sugar.
Okay.
I've heard ginger might be helpful here, but how?
This is where it gets even more interesting. So research shows that ginger might be able to help regulate blood sugar levels,
Okay.
especially for people with type 2 diabetes.
So how does it do that?
Well, it seems like it improves insulin sensitivity. So your body can use insulin more efficiently to get that glucose from your blood into your cells, and that helps prevent those, those blood sugar spikes after you eat.
So could you say that ginger can replace diabetes medication?
No, we got to be clear about that, right? Ginger is not a substitute for prescribed medication.
Right.
It's really important to understand that.
Right.
However, it could be like a really valuable addition to a diabetes management plan. But talk to your healthcare professional, right? Always a good idea. And there was this study in 2022, and it showed that ginger supplements actually reduced fasting blood sugar and HbA1c levels in people with type 2 diabetes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So ginger is like super versatile. Now let's talk about something that, affects everyone. Heart health.
Okay.
Any benefits there?
Ginger has a really long history of use for heart health, like in traditional medicine, but now research is actually starting to find some pretty good evidence.
What kind of evidence? Tell me more.
Well, studies show that ginger might help to lower blood pressure.
Okay.
It might reduce bad cholesterol levels, that's the LDL cholesterol.
Right.
And even improve overall heart function. It's like a natural heart tonic.
No, that's what I like to hear. I think we're ready to move on to something that ginger's probably best known for, helping with digestion.
Ah, yes. The digestive system soother.
I know it works, but why? What is it about ginger that makes it so good for your digestion?
Well, it seems like it helps to speed up how quickly your stomach empties.
Okay.
So the food moves through your digestive system more quickly, and that reduces that discomfort and bloating after you eat.
Right. So it's not just the taste, it's functional too. All right. Let's talk about something that's particularly relevant to, our female listeners.
Okay.
Menstrual cramps. I've heard ginger can help with that, but tell me more.
Yeah. So ginger can be really helpful for women who are experiencing, painful periods. That's medically called dysmenorrhea.
Okay, so how does it actually help with the cramps?
A few ways.
Okay.
First, you've got those anti-inflammatory properties we keep talking about.
Right.
So they can help reduce the pain and the inflammation that comes with menstrual cramps.
Okay.
And then it can also help reduce nausea,
Oh, yeah.
which a lot of people get with their period pain.
So it's like a natural alternative to taking pain relievers every month?
Exactly. And research shows that just using ginger for 5 days
Right.
can really improve primary dysmenorrhea. So it's a safe, potentially effective way to manage that pain naturally.
That's amazing. Okay, so we already touched on cholesterol,
Yeah.
but I'd love to dig a little deeper into, how ginger can actually lower cholesterol.
Right.
Can you talk about that a bit more?
You're right. It's worth going into more detail.
Yeah.
So there was this analysis done in 2022
Okay.
of 26 different trials, and it really showed how good ginger is for your cholesterol. So they found that it reduced triglycerides, bad cholesterol,
Right.
again, that's the LDL,
LDL, yeah.
and it increased good cholesterol, so that's HDL.
Wow. So wait, does that mean I can just eat ginger all day long and forget about all the other ways to manage cholesterol?
Well, hold on now. It's still really important to have a balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle if you want to manage your cholesterol levels.
Right.
Think of ginger as a helpful addition to your overall heart healthy plan.
Makes sense. Okay, now we're getting into what some might call controversial territory.
Oh.
Ginger and cancer prevention.
Ah.
I'm really curious about this one.
Yeah, this is definitely an area where there's still research being done.
Okay.
And it's really important to be, level-headed about it.
Right.
So while ginger is not a cure for cancer,
Of course not.
there's more and more evidence suggesting that it might actually play a role in preventing it.
Okay, what kind of evidence? What are we talking about here?
So ginger's got those powerful antioxidants, right?
Right.
And as we talked about, antioxidants protect your cells from damage.
Yeah.
And damage is a big factor in, how cancer develops. So some studies have actually shown that ginger might be able to reduce the risk of certain cancers like colorectal, pancreatic, and liver cancer.
So should we all just be loading up on ginger to prevent cancer?
Well, it's not that simple, unfortunately. We
Yeah.
need more research.
Yeah.
And ginger definitely shouldn't be seen as the only thing you need to do to prevent cancer.
Makes sense.
But its potential role is
Yeah.
definitely something scientists are really interested in.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And we've only just begun to explore the incredible world of ginger. I know, it's amazing how something so common like ginger can have so many potential benefits, I'm ready for more. What else is there?
Well, we've talked about antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, right?
Yeah.
But ginger's also got antimicrobial power.
Antimicrobial.
Yeah. It can help fight bacterial and fungal infections.
Wow, so it's a natural defender against all those nasty bugs and stuff. How does that even work?
Well, they've done studies in the lab, and they found that Ginger can be effective against, a bunch of different pathogens like E. coli, Streptococcus aureus, those are bacteria, and Candida albicans, that's yeast, and it can cause infections.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, so adding ginger to your diet, it's like giving your immune system a little boost.
Right, like a little extra support.
Exactly. So it's, those antimicrobial properties, they add another layer of protection to all those other benefits we talked about.
Okay, now for something I find really fascinating, ginger's potential to enhance your brain function.
Ah, yes. That's a really exciting area of research, actually.
What have they found?
Well, studies are suggesting that ginger might actually be able to boost cognitive function and, protect against neurodegenerative diseases.
Like what?
Like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, even MS.
Wait, hold on. Ginger's a brain booster now, too. How is that even possible?
It seems like some of the compounds in ginger, especially 6-gingerol and 6-shogal, they might have neuroprotective effects.
Yeah.
They've actually done studies with animals, and they've shown that ginger can improve memory and cognitive performance.
Wow. So does that mean, eating ginger can help me stay sharp as I get older?
Oh, it's still early, in this research.
Right.
But the initial findings, pretty promising.
Okay.
Scientists are definitely looking into this more, ginger's potential for brain health.
Okay, I'm officially blown away by ginger, but now I'm like, okay, how do I actually use this stuff? What are the best ways to, actually get ginger into my life?
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Ginger's so versatile.
Okay.
You can have it in so many ways, like fresh ginger root, ground ginger, ginger tea.
Oh, I love ginger tea.
There's even ginger supplements and crystallized ginger.
I didn't even know about crystallized ginger.
Yeah. So lots of options.
So what are some practical tips for someone who's maybe never really used ginger before?
Well, you can add, fresh ginger or ground ginger to your cooking. It's great in stir fries, soups, curries, even baked goods.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's ginger tea. That's a nice soothing way to get your daily dose.
I love ginger tea.
And then, of course, if you want, you can just take ginger supplements. Those are easy to find.
So there's an option for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of us who already love ginger, how much should we be having every day?
So if you're a healthy person, generally speaking, about 3 to 4 grams of ginger a day.
Okay.
That's considered safe. But, and this is important, pregnant women, they should stick to about 1 gram a day.
Right.
And always, always check with their doctor.
Yeah, good advice. Okay, so we've talked about all the good stuff, but we got to be real, right? Nothing's perfect. Are there any side effects of ginger that we should know about?
So generally speaking, ginger's very safe, especially if you're not, overdoing it.
Okay.
But some people, they might get a little heartburn, maybe some diarrhea, or their mouth might get a little irritated.
Oh.
But it's usually pretty mild.
Okay, so nothing serious to worry about.
No, serious side effects are pretty rare, especially if you're sticking to the recommended doses.
Right.
But, always a good idea to listen to your body.
Right.
And if you're having any weird symptoms or you're just not sure, talk to your doctor.
Good advice. So for most people, ginger sounds like a pretty safe and healthy thing to add to their diet.
Yeah, it really is.
It's amazing how much we've learned about this, humble little spice.
It is. It really makes you wonder, what other hidden gems are out there in the natural world.
Totally. It's amazing, right? We've talked about so many benefits of ginger, and it seems like it affects so many different parts of your health.
Yeah, it's not just one specific thing.
Right.
It's it's working on a deeper level to just make you healthier overall.
Yeah.
And researchers are starting to figure that out. It's all of ginger's properties work together. They kind of create a ripple effect.
How interesting.
That benefits your whole body.
Give me an example.
Okay, so it's anti-inflammatory action.
Yeah.
It can help with joint pain. It's good for your heart. It might even protect your brain.
So it's not just covering up symptoms. It's actually getting to the root of the problem.
Exactly. And that makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Is this interconnectedness, is this how all natural remedies work?
Right.
Maybe our bodies just respond better to the whole package, natural substances instead of just one specific compound.
That's a really interesting thought. It makes me want to learn more about, natural remedies and how they can work together to help us feel better.
Right. It's all about that balance, that harmony in your body.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the cool thing about learning, right? It opens up all these new possibilities, and it makes you think about health in a whole new way.
I love that. Well, everyone, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into ginger. I don't know about you, but I feel like I learned a ton.
Me too. It's been a really great exploration. We've covered so much about ginger's amazing properties, from nausea and inflammation to heart health, brain function, even weight management and blood sugar.
It's amazing. Ginger's not just a tasty spice. It's like a gift, right? It's got all this healing power.
Yeah, exactly. And as we finish up here, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about.
Yeah.
What if we, all of us, looked at our own health with like the same curiosity and open-mindedness that we used to learn about ginger today?
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder to keep learning, especially about our health.
Exactly.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this journey into the world of ginger. We hope you learned something new, and maybe you'll even try it out yourselves.
Yeah, see how this amazing spice can improve your well-being.
Until next time, happy exploring.